Good morning, y'all. Okay, so we're trying to get the camera kind of right. Let's see, I think we can do one of these. Okay, so good morning. So if y'all follow the Limitless Outreach, we have been doing a series starting from 9 o'clock until 6 p.m. tonight. And so we are all sharing testimonies, devotionals, just some words of encouragement. And we have all listened to the other ones pretty much through. But if you have not already, I would just go ahead. They're going to share it to the page, but it's Limitless Outreach. So that is the podcast that High Praises Church of God, that they put up podcasts and different outreach services through it. So I encourage y'all to listen to them. Go back. They'll be there. They're sharing them if you aren't friends with the people that are actually doing the talking. So we shared our testimonies about a month ago at service. It was one of the Sunday night services. But basically we started at High Praises Church of God in North Augusta. Yes, we live in Harlem and go to church in North Augusta. About 3.5 years ago. So I was pregnant with Conley, and we were just in need, whether we knew it or not, but we definitely found that out very quickly that we needed Jesus and every bit of it in our lives, surrounding us with Christ followers and like-minded people. So we started there. The first service, it was, if y'all know Pastor Jenny, she was preaching. Jody was not even preaching, and we still came back. But she was preaching on our cup our cup runneth over, but basically being half full versus half empty, which Jody kind of touched a little on this past week. But we have since then never stepped foot in another church, just because that was where the Lord guided us that day. I had actually texted my friend, hey Jenny, I had texted my friend Bree, Brianna Gay, so a lot of y'all know her and Brandon, and I was like, hey, are you going to church this morning in North Augusta? And she's like, yeah, girl. So that was it. That was the rest of it. And as soon as we walked in, and if you are in your church home and you know that feeling, when you get there and you feel the Spirit of the Lord move without anyone even doing anything, then you know that you're in the right place at the right time. And so that's where we have raised our kids in for the past almost 4 years. Conley has been the church baby per se, and they love it. They were a little confused that we didn't have church this morning, but something else that, our church, their mission is to reach people that are not in his house. And so today, when we were not having church because of the unforeseen, circumstances with the weather, it's like, how can you reach the people that, for one, want to be in your house, but then also reach the people that probably wouldn't have come anyways. But when we shared our testimony, it's just a little background, but when we shared our testimonies at church about a month ago, a lot of us, and this is just being real, we've all had our past. Whether you grew up in church or not, we are flesh, we're human, we make mistakes, we sin. We need Jesus in our hearts in order to know the right from the wrong, in order to, maintain on the right path. But, coming into church, some people feel, and I think Emily may have touched on this, some people feel like they're not worthy enough to be in church, or, hey, my background is just too bad. Like, I cannot be around people, that don't live that life. And that is a total lie from the enemy. And, for a long time, I did feel those convictions of like from the enemy per se, but more or less that, I'm not good enough to be there, or, I couldn't go on a mission trip. Like they don't know who I was in the past, but, there's no way that I could do those things. There's no way that I could, pastor to young adults or pastor to teens. Those just things, or, lead the church nursery. Like, those are things that never would have crossed my mind, just because of me thinking, oh gosh, I am so unworthy. I was so filthy. I was so, just nothing was led by the Lord. It was all by the enemy. It was chaos. You look in your home and you think, gosh, why are things just so chaotic around here? And you know, for a while, that's how things were. Now, things can still be chaotic. We have a toddler, and, you know, we do church about 4 times a week, right? But the difference is that the Lord helps guide you. He gives you the strength. He gives you the energy when you're like, my tank should be empty, right? And so once you get in his house, the Spirit will take over, especially once you accept Jesus into your heart and you are saved. But the Lord will work in you and through you in ways that you never knew. And so I encourage those that feel that feeling, if they're like, oh, I just feel filthy, you know, but you know that those things are wrong and that you want to change, right? And so it's just go to his house, be around the people that are filled with him, right? And so not even do you have to go to his house, but just as if you fellowship with him, if you pray, if you read his word daily, then those are things that you can feel, you know, and eventually you're going to feel a conviction of some sort. The Lord will show you and he will guide you on how you need to live in order to live out his will. And, you know, just because you are saved, you know, you accept Jesus into your heart, and you're like, you know, woo, I'm good to go. I go to church every week. You know, you get kind of past that point and you're showing up daily, you're doing the things, you're praying, that does not mean that life gets easier by any means. And I know that a lot of people, they question like, oh, well, gosh, you know, I've changed my life. I've done these things. I do what I'm supposed to do, but I'm facing more trials, more tribulations. Well, unfortunately, he never told us things would get easier, but he told us though that he is our strength. He is our provider. He is our healer. He is our deliverer. He is our Father, and he's a perfect Father. And those things, he is perfect timing. And so trusting in him is the best thing that you can do. Reading his word, getting closer to him are the things that you can do in order to feel his Spirit even more. If you don't have a church home, I do encourage you. But if you don't, that's okay. Get in his word. If you want to come to church with me, you can. But get in his word and pray. And it's like the song that Jenny sang earlier, Come Jesus Come. Literally, that's my girl's favorite song. They play it with Cody Johnson in it like every day. You know, it's like sometimes I get on my knees and I pray. And those are, I was on my knees at the altar last Sunday. You know, it's like that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to need him, to want him, and to love him. Something that I had shared at church during our testimony was just because those are things that I have battled with, you know, redemption and things of that nature. But the Lord had showed me in Isaiah 43:1, but now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and that he formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. And so I encourage those of you that feel that, just know that he has redeemed us. He calls us by name. He is our Father, and that he wants us to need him, to want him, to love him. And if you feel discouraged and you're like, I just don't know where to find him, he is always near. It's us that go away from him. He never leaves us. He'll never forsake you. He is always with us. And if you don't feel that presence, and if you don't have a church home, or whatever the circumstances may be, if you get in his word and you truly let him guide you, then you will feel his presence. And if you pray daily, pray with your husband, with your spouse, with your children, and I promise you that he'll show you. He will. But I know I just rambled and talked a lot. If you know that I am the talker, he does talk, but he wanted me to start it. I love y'all too on here. Okay, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, how it's changed my life the past 3 years. Finding a church home is, when we first got there, I was still riding the fence. I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do, and Chandler, she dove in way faster than I did. So for a while, I was kind of a weight behind her, dragging her down. But once I once I got my own relationship with the Lord, our family was grounded, and just like the Bible says, you build your house on a solid rock, and the storms, they don't say they won't come, they will come, but when they do, you won't be torn down. And I like Matthew 6 and 19 through 24. He just talks about not laying up your treasures here on earth, but making your heavenly treasures. And it says wherever your heart is, or wherever your treasures are, is where your heart will be. So you want your treasures in this and in the Lord. Don't focus on everything the world has to offer, because it's just corruption. And it says no man can serve two masters. You're either going to be good at one and love one and hate the other, or hate one and love the other. So if I encourage anyone to have your relationship with the Lord and lead your family. It's not her job to lead the family, it's my job. And once you do that, once the man gets himself in order, everything else follows. It's the Lord's way. And he has a way to guide us and structure our home. And it says, Matthew 7 and 7, it says, ask and it shall be given to you. For everyone that seeketh, or asketh, receiveth, everyone that seeketh, findeth. You have to search for him with your whole heart, not just a Sunday thing, but it's an everyday thing. It's not, I heard something yesterday, it was a movie we were watching, The Forge. If you hadn't ever seen it, you should watch it.
It was really good.
That little old lady on there, she says, you need to quit treating Jesus like a spare tire. And she said treat him like the steering wheel, but I would say, like the gas. A car is not going anywhere if you don't have gas in it. And, if you're treating him like a spare tire, if you're like me, you don't ever look at it. But you got to have gas in the car for it to move. So that's the way you should treat Jesus, something you've got to have.
Yeah.
And I also in Matthew 7, it says, for what man is there of you if his son asks bread and you give him a stone, or if he asks fish and you give him a serpent? And if I wasn't living right, I was giving my kids a stone or the serpent. If I'm not the best version of me, then I can't give them what they need. And that's, they don't deserve that. Your kids deserve the best. So that really sticks out to me, because you have to, if you don't have it right, then you're not going to be able to be right for your children. And that's the most important thing to me is my kids, their relationship with the Lord. And it's as later on down in Matthew 7, it says, straight is the gate, narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and a few there find it. But the path to destruction is broad. It's easy to go down the path of destruction, but the path to righteousness and living a good life is narrow, and it says a few find it. So I encourage anyone, here's your roadmap. Get in it, find your relationship with the Lord, and seek him.
And I have another little verse just for words of encouragement. And two, I will say when it comes to your kids, they, just like he said, if you surround them with things that are of the world and they are not Christ driven or the choices that we should be making, then it makes it okay for them. And so that's something that in these past 3.5 years that we have been really mindful of. And kids are like sponges, and obviously whatever they see, whatever they hear, whatever you do, they're going to replicate it. And so now, thankfully, it is them wanting to go to church. They love their church family. Charlotte she wants to go to school at the school. But it, like Conley, when Jenny was singing, she got her microphone, and good thing you couldn't hear. They're not here right now because it would have been a distraction. She grabbed her microphone because she wanted to sing Come Jesus Come. It's literally her favorite song. They praise their hands, they worship the Lord. And so those are things that they see through us, obviously, and that they see that they're taught in children's church too. And that's just seen, but those are things that we are so thankful for. We're so thankful for our church family. When I tell you, they literally are my brothers and sisters. Like, they really are. They are. I feel like they are like my blood related people, but they are just filled with so much spirit, and they even know, I mean, like, they've come to us before and they're like, hey, we know there's something, and it's like, it's before that we've even recognized it. It's like we couldn't love them enough. They want us to learn more about the word. You know, at the outreaches, we have outreaches all week long to reach people that are not in his house, that we can reach, and that we can, you know, have salvation throughout the community, throughout really the whole Southeast now. But it's a great place, and we're thankful for them. But some words of encouragement. Oh, Tucker said to smile. Oh, and the name of that movie, Michelle, what was the name of it?
The Forge.
The Forge, and it's on Netflix. I highly encourage it. The little grandma is super cute, and she is a little prayer warrior. But Hebrews 4:16, it says, "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." You know, just like I said earlier, just because you accept Jesus, just because you're a follower of Christ, does not mean that your life will be easier by any means. But that we know that we can find hope, strength, mercy, grace, all of those things within him. And so those are just some words of encouragement, but we hope that y'all follow along with all of the other people that will be speaking, share their testimony, giving a devotional. And we hope that you share this. Feel free to. And that I hope that it reached someone and touched someone today. I hope that everyone is safe during this weather. I think it might be a little bit wet out there now. But we love y'all. Do you want me to pray?
I was going to say something. And for the men, is just because you have a relationship with the Lord, something I've been hearing lately, and a lot of guys have been saying, is just because you're saved don't mean you're soft. You don't have to be soft. You can be saved and not be soft. So the main thing is pick up each other. Just because men struggle with that, but it's okay to encourage your brother beside you to find the Lord and to lead his family. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pray us out really quick, but I hope that y'all have a blessed day, a blessed Sunday, and that if you are in North Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the Texas, all the states that have been affected, be careful. Don't go out there. And oh yeah, I ain't singing, Jody. This is not my audition for the praise and worship team, okay? Definitely not for all of the public to see. But I just encourage y'all to read his word, get in his word. If you don't have a church family, definitely text me, come with me. You can sit with me. And if not, pray with your family, read his word. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for allowing us to reach those that may not have been reached by you this morning, Lord. Lord, that the ones that come to church normally, and that we obviously were so sad that we couldn't be there, Lord, but knowing that we are going to be reaching so many more people today, not just the ones that would show up in his house, Lord. Lord, that I hope that you guide us, that you show us the path, Lord. Lord, that you show us your strength and your mercy and your grace, Lord. Lord, that you cover those that have not found you yet. Lord, that as you touch them, Lord, that they accept you into their heart, Lord, and that they read your word. They know that you are our Father, perfect timing, Lord, and you're a perfect Father, Lord. Lord, guide us in this week to come, Lord, and keep us healthy and safe, and guide us in our next steps, Lord. And we love you. Amen. Amen. Love y'all.